Hello everybody and welcome back. Today's the day that I'm finally going to give you a tour of my ultra low maintenance 120 gallon tank. This is going to be a mixed reef tank and I'm running this without a refugium. So let's go take a look and see how I'm doing this. Alright, so I guess we'll start with the top down approach. Up top I'm running 3 Viper Spectra LED lights. Down on this side I do have an eShop's protein skimmer. This is a hang-on back protein skimmer. I'm hoping to do away with this sometime in the near future and not have to run a protein skimmer. Also over on the right hand side here is one MP40, and on the opposite wall there's another MP40 down here as well. I'm not going to show you guys the livestock in this tank quite yet. That's for a future video that I'm going to be doing and detailing what all I have in this tank. But here's the key to my ultra low maintenance setup on this end. You can see I'm not running a refugium. It's an FX4 canister filter. This is the output on this side, and just a typical Jaeger heater. And then I have a slow pump and then a maxi jet pump here that pumps down to the bottom part of the tank, and I'll show you where those go. And the outputs come in here. Just a pH meter and temperature probe there, and the input on the canister filter. Also, nice thing to have is one of these Wise cams. You can get a live feed of your tank at any time, just opening that up and you can see exactly what's going on. Center of the tank's a little bit lighter right now. I had this light off in the center for quite a while, so this rock is not as covered in some of that green algae that you're seeing on these rocks on both sides. Alright, let's go down and open up the bottom cabinets and see what we have down here. Alright, you can see I'm running the new Apex Wi-Fi on this. And for modules, I have the main unit there, and then I have the EB832, a WXM, a PM1, and an FMM. And here is the canister filter over here, FX4. I do have a UV sterilizer here. This is the Coral Life Turbo Twist. That is not hooked up currently, but it would be pretty easy to plumb that into the system. So after the water comes out of the canister filter, it then gets plumbed through this clear line over into this plexiglass container that I've made. And in here I have 3 marine pure blocks. This is the key to the system. This is my export of my nitrate, ammonia. Everything is being done in these blocks. And then from there it heads back up to the top of the tank and completes the cycle. I did just add a whole bunch of new fish to this tank, so right now I have the protein skimmer just to lessen the amount of nutrients, just until these marine pure blocks get used to having that much bacteria to be able to deal with that much ammonia and nitrate in the system, to be able to convert it into nitrogen gas and export it out of the system. Till then I'm going to use the protein skimmer, but hopefully I'm able to take that offline pretty soon. Here is my calcium reactor. This is not online yet, but as soon as I start getting some more SPS corals in this tank, I'm going to be putting this online. And this is the GO612x2, and I have the Skimmer pump down there to feed this reactor at a nice constant drip rate. CO2 tank is hooked up to that as well. That's sitting over there in the corner. And then over here is the other key that I have to maintaining this ultra low maintenance system. These are just sediment filter housings that you usually find on your RODI system. Well, I have a few extras in this system that I have hooked up to both the MaxiJet 1200 and my slow feed pump. The MaxiJet 1200 is hooked up to this line in the front here. So at the beginning, the first canister here I have is just a large particle filter. Then I go into some marine pure balls, and usually this last one is empty, but right now I'm running some carbon and some GFO just to kind of remove a little bit more of those phosphates. And then on the back is actually my slow pump that's feeding there. And you can see back there in the back I have about 50 foot of tubing prior to these canisters that are feeding both the high flow canisters and the low flow one. On the low flow one it's a little bit harder to see back there, but I do have another large filter at the beginning. Then I go into some ceramic media, and then the next one has just a few bio balls in it. And the second to last canister is actually left empty right now. I can add anything to that at a later date if I want to add some GFO or carbon. I have not done this yet because it's a little bit slower flow, so I put the GFO and carbon in the high flow canister. And then at the end again is some more marine pure balls. So that is my ultra low maintenance system. You can see there is no refugium, and I think that's why it's so easy to maintain. As long as the pumps are flowing, the bacteria is converting your ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate to nitrogen gas, and it's being exported out of the top of the tank. I think that's the key. Phosphate removal, I might have to keep running some GFO. Hopefully that comes in check here though as well with the amount of live rock I have in here. Hopefully everything will come to a balance pretty soon here. This tank has only been online for about 10 months now. Everything is looking great. So that's what I believe the key to the system is. Keep it simple. Try to keep your hands out of the tank. Like I said, the next update that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over the livestock that I have in this tank and why I chose this livestock. And we're just going to be following the progression along this tank. I'm going to be adding a bunch of new corals. You can see there's not much in here yet, but I do have a lot ready to go in this tank in the next few weeks. So if you want to see that in the next few videos I have coming up, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, leave a like on this video, and comment down below. What else do you want to know about this tank? What other questions do you have for me? I'm relatively new to keeping saltwater tanks, but so far things have been going pretty good. Also, if you have any suggestions for me, leave those in the comments down below. Until then, I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below.